Welcome to the External Text Features Editorial Mini Lesson. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to create a byline and what one is, how to create a headline for your article, and how to create headings within your fact sections. Let's first go over what a byline is. A byline names the author, their position at the paper, and the date of publication. So it usually looks something like this. So you'd have the author name right here, which is Jeffrey A. Fowler, and it looks like he is a technology columnist, so you can decide what type of columnist you would like to be. You could even say something like animal rights activist rather than completely committing to being a journalist. And then the date of publication. So you won't want to put the exact date until you submit your article. You also might want to include a picture as well, but that's not required. Let's transition to talking about headlines. So your headline is like your title of your article, and it's not going to be a complete sentence, but it's only going to be the most important words. So if we take the example from the article we've already read about tips for eating Halloween candy, the example headline is Bite-Sized Tips for Handling Halloween Candy. If you were to turn that into a full sentence, it would be, here are some bite-sized tips for handling Halloween candy with your children. Your headline needs to be snappy and grab attention and should really only include the most important words so your strong ideas don't get lost. A little bit more on headlines. It could also be a thought-provoking question or interesting question. So for example, do Amazon's new Alexa products go too far? I know that makes me want to keep reading that article. Now let's talk about headings within your articles. To divide up your fact sections, you're going to need headings that tell your reader what the section will be about. And it should also draw them in kind of like your headline. So for example, again, taking a look at the Halloween article, a great example of a heading within that article is, some parents believe in the switch witch. And if you remember from that article, that's when parents switch out candy for other fun activities. And in this case, that's kind of some fun wordplay because we're talking about Halloween. It mentions a witch. It also has some rhyming in there. And you kind of want to read on to figure out what the heck that switch witch is. Now let's take a look at some non-examples. Some parents think you should switch out the candy for other stuff. Stuff isn't specific enough, and even though it communicates the same idea, it isn't particularly interesting. It's really just a sentence that tells what your article will be about. And though that's part of the heading's purpose is to say what your section will be about, it's also to draw the reader in. And another non-example that's common among student editorials is calling your heading or your section facts or statistics and facts about candy. Now, your entire article is going to include facts and statistics about your topic. So facts is not specific enough for your article. And furthermore, if you were to call one section facts, that would imply that the other sections within your articles is not going to have facts, which would be definitely troubling in a news article that includes lots of research. All right, I think now at this point you're ready to go and make some changes within your editorial, and let me know if you have any questions.